Good morning, YouTube. Let's go. Yes, I just ate 4 cinnamon rolls. Don't judge.
Oh yeah, we're going again. We got the move, we got the move.
Good morning. All right, well, hope you guys got some coffee. Gosh, I need a haircut bad. So what I'm going to bring you guys through is I have a little 6-week strength block planned, and I'm going to be as consistent as possible getting in front of this camera and bring you along for these next 6 weeks of high intensity training. Again, my goal here is to become an elite strength athlete. That's something I'm pursuing, and so this is kind of, this is the start of that road. I've been training strictly for strength for the last year, and so we're going to continue this journey of seeing how strong I can get and can I be an elite strength athlete. And so this 6-week training block is going to be high intensity, low frequency training. And that's not a term I hear thrown around a lot in the fitness industry, but is something that is certainly a training style. And as I touched on in my last video, I think a lot of people in the fitness community are confused about intensity. So when I'm saying I'm going to be doing some high intensity, low frequency training, intensity is weight on the bar. It is nothing else. It is your 100% intensity is the 100% of your ability to lift in a certain movement. So your 1 rep max deadlift is your 100% intensity. And so high intensity, low frequency training is not bodybuilder style training. Bodybuilders train more for volume, right? They're trying to grow as much musculature as possible, which requires a lot of volume. And when you're training for strength, a lot of strength is, yes, muscle mass is super important in strength, but also more important is your neurological drive. Essentially your nervous system's ability to contract your muscles, and it's a skill. You have to, it's power and force, and how much power and force can you put through your body and through your joints to lift a certain weight in a specific movement. And this type of training is extremely fatiguing. So that's why high intensity means low frequency. You can't train with heavy weights often because you have to have recovery time. So that's why bodybuilders do not do this type of training too often, because they want to be training very frequently to build muscle. Strength athletes, on the other hand, are trying to develop the skill of strength, and this is a technique you can use. Of course, strength athletes also have periods of volume, which I'm going to go into, and after these 6 weeks, I'm going to have a volume block. But for right now, we're doing high intensity, low frequency training, which means high forces and high power output in all my sessions, with lots of recovery time in between. So I'm probably not going to be training much more than 3 times per week about. And I don't, when I'm training like this, I'm not scheduling out every single day what I'm doing, because you also have to listen to your body, because the fatigue builds up, and some days you have to take an extra rest day or two to be able to complete the next session. It's less is more, especially when the intensity is so high. So yeah. I'm going to just bring you guys along for this 6-week block. I started it yesterday, as you guys saw, with that little, deadlifts and bench press. Things moved well. I went up to a 290 sumo, which didn't feel the best. I have a lot of technique to work on there, but it's a good starting point. We're going to see in 6 weeks how much I can deadlift. And then I had a pause bench press at 200 kilograms, and 200 kilograms is my 1 rep max. So to hit it with a pause is a great place to start as well. And so, this is just going to be some pure strength training over these next 6 weeks. I have to keep volume lower, of course, because the weights are going to be high. And and when you're training like this, it is very hard to, again, schedule everything out. So I kind of really go by feel, and I'm often training around that 90%. I'm lifting 90% of my 1 rep max, frequently. Certainly 80% and above very frequently. 80% will be the lower end of my working weights on days when I'm tired, and I will be pushing up to 95, 100% when I can. Again, with not too many sessions. So All right. Yeah, and then I'm going to bring you guys along for some other things. I'll show you guys a bit what I'm eating, to fuel these sessions, and just kind of get behind this camera, and just let you guys see what it's really like. And strength training, it's not glamorous, it's repetitive, but yeah, I just think this high intensity, low frequency training is something that people don't touch on very often in the fitness industry, and a lot of times people think high intensity sessions, let's go do 10 sets of 10 like squats and with only 2 minutes rest in between, and like that's not intensity, that's like cardio intensity. It's intensity for your heart, for your lungs, like for your cardiovascular system to produce the oxygen, to recover, to do those 100 reps, but it doesn't stimulate your nervous system with maximum like force and like when you're lifting your 1 rep max, your nervous system has to fire all of the motor neurons at such a high rate and so quickly, that's what's fatiguing. It's like this electrical impulse, you know what I mean? Like, think about a light bulb. When the light bulb is brighter, it's more intense. So like when the weight is heavier, your nervous system has to essentially fire more electricity through your body to produce enough force to lift it, and that produces the most mechanical tension possible, which is again very fatiguing. So and like I said, if this was volume training, I would be able to train much more frequently. Like if I was doing sets of 10 on everything, I'd be able to train like basically every day and take a day off. I could train 5 days a week easily, but with intensity training, with high intensity training, you really shouldn't be training more than 3 days a week because your body and your joints and all those things need to recover. So yeah. And your nervous system, like I said, like there's so much neural drive involved in lifting really heavy weights, much more than when you're doing volume training, or even compared to that, like cardio, you know what I mean? Like going for a run, it's more of like a meditative state. When you're lifting heavy weights, it's like a fight or flight response. So it's just, you're training very different systems in the body. So high intensity, low frequency training for the next 6 weeks. Let's go. Eggs, avocado, and toast. Unreal breakfast. All right, well, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm actually gonna start editing some videos. I'm really gonna try to be consistent, kind of like at least a video a week, but hopefully more than that. And I'm gonna literally try to bring you guys along for this entire 6 weeks. Hopefully at the end of this, I'm squatting in the 600s and deadlifting in the 7s. That's the plan. Maybe benching close to 500. Who knows? We will see. But I will catch you guys at the gym a little later. I'm going to spend some time with my son, edit some videos, do some stuff around the house. It's laundry day. So I'll catch you guys tonight at the gym.